The Taste in Ferguson has become the premier food event of the city of Ferguson, while also raising scholarship money, benefiting local high school students. Here to tell us more, and it's such a pleasure to have her in studio, the Taste in Ferguson co-founder Linda Lipka. I'm also joined by Michael Ireland, who is the founder of Adam's Smokehouse. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. This is really, I love talking about events and food, which we're going to get to, but this really has a very, very special meaning in terms of the origins. Can you tell me about how this started?
Absolutely. So this is co-founded by myself, my husband, and then Peggy and Bob McGartland. What brought us together, unfortunately, was the tragedy of losing our children. I lost my daughter her senior year of high school in a car accident, and I started a scholarship fund in her honor. And then they lost their son in 2012, and they came to me in 2012. I lost my daughter in 2007, and they said that they wanted to partner. They wanted to create something with us. So we came together. This was Bob's idea for the Taste, and so we sat down and we created this, and we created this possibility of keeping our children's light alive by helping other kids go to school. So Bob and Peggy are very involved in the Catholic education and Catholic Church, and so they give their portion to Catholic scholarships for BTC, which is Blessed Teresa of Calcutta. Peggy's a big supporter of the Boy Scouts, so they work with that. And then my husband and I give to public education, so we give to a lot of high school seniors, pretty much first generation kids going to college, but we also give to a lot of organizations within Ferguson. And my criteria is that anything that helps develop a child so that they can become the best person they want to be, and we just don't want them slowed down by cost. So if we can help them afford that, that's what we do.
I can tell that like your heart is in this all the way. I mean, when you look at the lineup for the event, I mean, it's just got so much of Ferguson stamps all over it, but I can really tell your heart is in it, that you're trying to get people in Ferguson. So before we get to Michael to talk about this year, as you're participating in this year, tell us, we're going to look at some photos. What can people just in a nutshell expect in this, like on this Sunday when it's coming up?
All right, so if you were coming, I'm going to walk you through the experience. So you're going to get there, you're going to get in line, you're going to see all these people, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was this big. And then you start getting a little anxious because you're like, I got to get my food. So you'll pay your $35 at the door if you haven't already bought a ticket online, and you'll come in. We're going to give you a stainless steel fork because this is a one-fork event. We're trying to cut back on plastic waste. So you'll come in, you'll have a fork. All of our serving materials, for the most part, are recyclable. We'll give you a voting ballot. You have 6 categories that we have a competition in: barbecue, dessert, chicken, pizza, international, and vegetarian. So you will vote on your favorites in those categories. You will enjoy a children's area. You want to bring your kids. 10 and under are free. You have live music. We have the River City Blues Band playing. We have the Experience Band. You can go and enjoy the spirit area. So we have beer, wine, and spirit sampling. You have to be 21. And if you're a huge foodie, then you can go to our chef's tent.
First you buy the shirt,
right,
and then you go.
You go to our chef's tent and you get to sit down and really have a one-on-one experience with nationally known chefs. So we have Austin Hamblin from The Cork, we have Eddie Schmidt from Daly's Barbecue Smokehouse, and we have Chef Patrick, who is the executive chef for the St. Louis Cardinals. So we have all of that going on, and then our celebrity MC is Tony Colombo from 97.1, and our chef's tent has their celebrity MC, and that's Chris Arps, which is also 97.1.
All right.
So all of that is happening. I like to call it the most organized 3 hours of chaos you'll ever see.
Speaking of 3 hours of chaos, and you started to mention when we get into smoked meats, and that's going to be a great segue to Michael Ireland. Thank you again for being here. So Adam's Smokehouse, this is your first year participating, right?
First year participating. Very thrilled to be a part of it.
You guys have your kind of synergy, a really interesting connection too. I mean, how you kind of came together. Tell me a bit about the restaurant, though. I mean, Adam's Smokehouse, people have been reading about it in all the foodie publications.
They have been. It's starting to get a lot of hype, and I'm thrilled about that. It'll be 6 years, October 9th, that I'll be around. I named it Adam's Smokehouse after Adam Gaffney, who was a young man, passed away at a young age. My wife used to babysit him, my brother-in-law's best friend, and he had some complications, went to the hospital, and never came out. I know that speaking with his mom and dad, he'd always wanted a barbecue restaurant. I worked with him at Pappy's restaurant. That's where I got all my training from. And when my partner at the time and I were trying to think of a name for the business, it was it just kind of just fell in there.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
I love how you're both honoring children, and I think in such a special way that really spreads their name and this message of, you know, really helping children in a unique way. Before we close out, I do want people to know what you're going to be doing at the Taste in Ferguson.
At the Taste in Ferguson, I'm going to be bringing our ribs. My ribs is the most popular item on the menu. It's a dry rub, but when it comes off the smoker, I have an apple butter glaze that we paint on top. And I actually have a roofing torch out back, and we blow torch it in to caramelize it. My biggest challenge with the ribs is to decide how many to cook per day. Everything's cooked fresh, and I'm usually wrong 90% of the time. Ribs is always one of the first ones to go.
Yeah, I have a feeling at this event, at Linda's event, you should come prepared. It sounds like you got to come prepared. No, I really appreciate you being here and to talk more about the restaurant. Good luck at the event. We're going to keep you on set because we're going to talk about it some more. But for those of you at home, we've got the information there for you on the screen. It's the 7th annual The Taste in Ferguson. It's coming up just right around the corner, Sunday, September 8th, from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Savoy Banquet Center off of South Florissant. The details are right there on the screen for you. For more information for that full lineup that Linda was talking about, head to thetasteinferguson.com. Now, go to the event and obviously get some smoked meats, but if you do want to go to Adam's Smokehouse, there's information. It's off Watson Road. You can go to adamsmokehouse.com to learn not just about the ribs, but everything else that they have to offer, and put in the order 314-875-9890. But don't go anywhere. We're going to get more details about the Taste in Ferguson. Stay with us. We'll be right back.